Welcome guys! In this video I want to share with you honestly about my opinion my honest opinion about life in New Zealand, because a lot of people tell me that, oh Sasha, you talk too good about New Zealand. New Zealand is not as good as it is. And I agree guys, everywhere there are advantages and disadvantages, and maybe I don't talk enough about disadvantages. I will try to be honest and find bad things in this amazing country, but I feel like it will be hard for me. But to be honest, if it's honest video, I already want to say that some things annoy me here. And it's true, it's honest, and let's talk about this. First of all, I want to shortly present myself. I'm Sasha, I'm originally from Belarus. Belarus is the country between Poland, Ukraine, Russia, Lithuania, Latvia, central of Europe. Because why do I explain this? Because a lot of people don't know where Belarus is. It's not joke, especially if you ask American people where Belarus is, they don't know. They have no idea what it is, who is this, and it's better to explain. I live in New Zealand now because my partner is New Zealander, and I live not in Auckland, I live in smaller city, town, and I don't have so big experience about everything, about work, about study, because I didn't work here yet, I didn't study here, but I live here, and I'm not tourist as someone said. I live like normal person, I see people, I talk to people, of course I travel around New Zealand, but I haven't been to the South Island yet. And honestly guys, despite I haven't been to the South Island yet, I can say that New Zealand is the most beautiful country I've ever been. Honestly, it's a very beautiful country. I can't say something against this, because I don't know where else in the world you can see something little bit similar with New Zealand nature. You can find here everything you want. You can find here different, unique birds, nature. It's the most untouched nature in the world, I would say. And I saw so much in these 6 months, despite I haven't been to the South Island yet. And I can't imagine even how it will be beautiful. But we're already leaving for the South Island in 1 week, and I will show you guys. I'm so excited, like I'm going to a new country. If you want to see the most beautiful landscapes and views in your life, you need to come here. Maybe you will see something similar in Canada, in Australia, in Italy, in Switzerland, in Norway, in Iceland, but here you will find all these countries, even Japan, because here you will find even sakura. And you will find here all these countries in one small country. Why do I talk so bright about this? Because I'm from Belarus, we don't have ocean, we don't have sea, we don't have mountains, we have just fields, lakes, rivers. And the first time in my life I saw ocean, it was 2 years ago in Portugal. And Portugal is also a very beautiful country. I traveled about Madeira, and Madeira is still my top place in Europe, is the most beautiful place I've been in Europe. So I would say nature in New Zealand is the best thing why you need to come here at least once in your life. I tell it to everyone, don't know even if my friends will come here one day, but I wish they will come here and see this their own eyes, because I don't know if you will find something similar in other places in the world. Let's talk finally honestly about disadvantages of New Zealand, about climate, about weather. Here I want to share my impressions. Actually, I arrived here in April. It was nice, perfect climate. It was enough warm, plus 17 I think, and it wasn't so strong wind as I remember. Do you hear this? But then I lived here all New Zealand winter. Of course, it's not as bad as in my country, as in Europe. West European countries because we have snow, our temperature can go to -10, but actually every year it's getting warmer and warmer. And here in New Zealand you have some different thing why you can recognize it's winter. This is wind, especially because I live not far from Wellington. Here in New Zealand I felt the most strongest winds in my life. I think it's because of New Zealand is an island not far from Antarctica. You have ocean, mountains, and that's why you also have humidity here, and that's why it's feeling colder. You have big temperature difference in one day. I will surely say about this because I was shocked that it can be so hot in the day when sun is out, like +17, but in the night it can be like 0 in winter. I know that in Tauranga is different climate. Every time I was in Tauranga it was always warm and Napier, but here in my region I feel like winds are very strong. I can't even walk or sit outdoors sometimes because I feel like I will fly away. And it's annoying, it's honestly annoying. I don't like winds here, and but I know summer is coming. I think in summer you will have not so strong winds, I hope so. And as I also understand, New Zealand is not so hot country and not so hot climate like Thailand, Bali, but here is stronger sun. People say you can get sunburned in 10 minutes here in summer. The next thing connected to climate, it's not warm in houses. All houses are different. They are nice, fancy apartments, somewhere where there is warm floors, warm walls, nice and warm, but generally people don't have heating here like in Europe, in the West European countries. I also know that in Italy, in Portugal, in Spain, they also don't have heating at home, so it's cold in winter at home. And it was also very new for me too. It's not convenient to use conditioner. It's good if you have fire at home. Yeah, even now when it's getting warmer, you need to turn on heater conditioner every evening because especially evening and mornings are cold. Region where you live is also important. I think people South Island, it's even colder there. I don't know how you survive, but it's not as bad as in East Europe. But we have heating at home when it's winter, so it's always very warm at home. But here it's not so bad, but at the same time it's cold at home. And let's talk honestly about prices, about how expensive is New Zealand. Everyone is living, it's very bad, prices bad, work bad. Let's talk. Again, I'm from Belarus. Belarus is very cheap country. You can take taxi for $3. You can find the best apartments in center of Minsk for $500 a month. It's really cheap and nice in Belarus. But let's compare salaries. Average salary in Belarus is about $300. What about New Zealand? I googled this information. Average salary in New Zealand is 3,000 USA dollars. Guys, 10 times more. Can you imagine? So I don't know how to compare these prices. Of course, it will be cheap in Belarus because salaries are very low, but in New Zealand, salaries are quite high compared to Belarus. Of course, you can make more, you can make $1,000, $10,000, $100,000 everywhere, but if you work in simple work, so you get not enough, like $500 maybe, and but here in New Zealand you get more. Of course, the salaries compared to Australia are lower here, but if we compare to other countries, New Zealand salaries are higher. So it's hard to say about how expensive is life here. Here, at the same time, I don't see that there are lots of homeless. I don't see that people are so poor. People live quite good life here. Of course, you can complain, you can change not to live here, but if we compare to other world, New Zealand is nice country to live. But the only one, maybe the biggest problem is that it's hard to find work here. If you're a doctor, especially if you're a doctor, you're welcome here, because as I see, there are not enough doctors here and a lot of doctors left New Zealand. Yes, let's talk about medicine here and let's compare it to my home country. I already had experience here in government clinic and in private clinic. Actually, after visiting government clinic, I was shocked in good and bad sense at the same time. First of all, why I was shocked in good sense. Here you will find no drama, you will find good relationship to yourself. Doctors are good, very friendly, smiling, but not everywhere in government clinic in East European countries you will find this. Because of they don't get maybe enough money, they can talk to you not good. You can't answer anything to them because it's for free. You chose to go there various medicine for free, so you need to accept this relationship to yourself. That's what I don't like at all. What do I like in New Zealand? Everyone is good to you. People are more happy. People are more friendly. Smiling people. It's just wow, super. We need to learn from New Zealander people. It was a little bit strange that when we were in government clinic, we paid not little money and we didn't get much information. It was so strange. Doctor was Indian. I have nothing bad against Indian people, but it looked like she can't say much about my problem. Of course, she's GP. That's what is also different here. In my country, you can just go straight to doctor. You need to go like dentist, I don't know how you call, special doctor about arm, leg, hair, nose, lips. As I understand it, if you're not dying, you can wait. If you don't have big problem, there is no reason to go to make checkup, to go to doctor. That's what our GP said, that you need to wait for 1 year. It was very strange to me and I was so upset. I thought that there is no other choices, no other variants where to go. But no, there are other variants. You can go to private clinic and we got our appointment for next day. But it wasn't real doctor, it was nurse. But she was good. At the same time, you can feel here that there are not enough doctors. That's why you need to wait for a long time. And it's quite expensive, especially for non-residents. I didn't believe these prices are real. I will pay in my country 10 times less. That's why I prefer not to go to doctors. That's why I prefer just to live healthy lifestyle and I don't know, make meditations, affirmations, God will help. My honest opinion about safety here, I don't live in Auckland as I said. I know that Auckland is the biggest city here and there is crime like everywhere in the world because we are in the country with people. People are different everywhere, they are good and bad people. But I traveled around West Europe. I was already to 20 countries in my life and I have what to say. I was in Spain, Germany, and I'm so thankful that I'm in New Zealand, guys. It's nice countries to travel, but it's not safe to live there at all. You can't walk and hold your phone because it will be stolen. There are many thieves, there are lots of homeless. It's true, I saw with my own eyes. And it's dirty, you can't walk. There are many scammers, especially in Paris, in London. I haven't been there yet, but it's true. I was in Barcelona, I was in Berlin. Every year there are more and more strange migrants from poor countries. These people have no work, and the only one thing they can do, go and steal. It's not good at all. I like that in New Zealand, especially here in my area, I can walk here and there are not many strange people. There are not many homeless. Even if they are homeless, they don't touch you. It's their life. That's what I like. And yeah, New Zealand is far away from other countries. It's nice. But of course there is risk of natural disaster because New Zealand is located geographically where this risk is high. You never know what can happen in this world, even if New Zealand is so far away, but there is risk of natural disaster. If you live in Europe, there are other risks, and I don't know where to live in this world, but I like New Zealand for living right now. Maybe I will also like Australia. Let's see. Honestly, it's hard to find friends here. I have no idea where to find here Russian-speaking people. I know there are some, but what the problem is that a lot of people with who I talk, they move here when they are more than 30 years old, they are about 40 years old, but I'm only 22. I want to have contemporary. I want to have my contemporary. Contemporary. I want to have contemporary. I want to have friends plus minus my age. But it's not a big problem for me because I don't depend so much about people. But if I will live here for 5 years, of course, it will be a big problem for me. I know there is big Russian, Ukrainian community here. I know people who live here. I have friends online here, but I didn't see them in real life yet. It will be nice to see them in real life too. It's also a problem like English. It's hard. It's stressful to talk to me in English all the day. Sometimes I want to just turn off my brain. But at the same time it's good. I develop. My brain is working. I'm young and it's good to know English. I didn't learn English in school. I learned German. I started to learn English only 4 years ago maybe, and only in streams, talking to people in travels, in social medias. I didn't learn English much. It was quite easy to learn English after German because German is much harder than English, but it's harder pronunciation in English as well. So I feel this difference. I feel progress between my English 6 months ago when I lived in Belarus and now. It's good if you are from English-speaking countries because it will be easier for you to find here everything, job, friends. But it's a big challenge for people who come here from other countries. I admire these people. It's a big step and it's very hard, but I didn't want to talk here for 1 hour. Honestly, I like New Zealand. Compared to other problems in the world, New Zealand has not so big problems. And you need to appreciate to live here because you live in so beautiful country. It's clean air here, good food. Actually, I didn't talk about food, but I like food here. It's nice ecology. It's very clean here, nice people, but at the same time expensive. I like to make videos in English because I'm so happy when I understand that I made 30 minutes video only in English, in new language, in my third language. It's nice to understand. Thank you so much for your support, for your activity under my videos. I appreciate it very much. Follow my channel. If you want to see more of my life, you can follow my TikTok, Instagram, Telegram channel, and see you later.